Walt Disney, the man who made dreams come true. Chapter 1. A Boy with Big Dreams. Walt Disney was born on December 5, 1901, in Chicago, USA. His full name was Walter Elias Disney. He had 3 brothers and 1 sister. When Walt was very young, his family moved to a farm in Marceline, Missouri. It was a quiet town with many animals, trees, and trains. Walt loved living on the farm. Walt liked to draw from a young age. He would draw animals, trees, and people. He also loved to tell stories. When he was 7 years old, he sold his drawings to neighbors and friends. Everyone could see that Walt was a special boy. But life was not always easy. When Walt was 10 years old, the family moved again. They went to Kansas City. His father was very strict and made Walt and his brother deliver newspapers every morning and evening. Walt worked hard, even in the cold winter. Chapter 2. Learning New Things. Walt went to school in Kansas City. He was not the best student, but he loved art class. He also watched many plays and movies. At that time, movies were black and white and had no sound. But Walt loved them. He wanted to make his own movies one day. When Walt was 16, he wanted to join the army during World War I. But he was too young. So, he joined the Red Cross and went to France as an ambulance driver. He also drew pictures on the side of the ambulance to make people smile. After the war, Walt came back to the U.S. and decided to become an artist. Chapter 3. The First Steps. Walt moved to Kansas City again and worked in a studio where he made small advertisements using drawings. He learned how to make short animated cartoons. He liked animation very much and decided to open his own company. He started a company called Laughograms. Walt and his friends made short cartoons and fairy tale stories. People liked them, but the company had money problems. Soon, the company went bankrupt. Walt had no money and no job. But Walt did not give up. He packed his bags and took a train to Hollywood, California, with only $40 in his pocket and a dream in his heart. Chapter 4. A Mouse Named Mickey. In Hollywood, Walt and his brother Roy Disney started a small studio. They called it Disney Brothers Studio. They made cartoons with a character called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Oswald was popular, but Walt lost the rights to the character. Another company took Oswald away. Walt was very sad, but he did not stop. He created a new character. He called him Mickey Mouse. Walt gave Mickey a happy face, big ears, and a fun personality. He also gave Mickey his own voice, Walt himself. In 1928, the first Mickey Mouse cartoon with sound came out. It was called Steamboat Willie. People loved it. Mickey Mouse became famous all over the world. Walt finally found success. Chapter 5. More Characters and Bigger Dreams. After Mickey Mouse, Walt created more characters. Some of them were Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. Each character had a different personality, and children loved them. In 1937, Walt took a big risk. He decided to make the first full-length animated movie. Many people told him it was a bad idea. They said nobody would sit for a long cartoon. But Walt believed in his dream. The movie was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It took 3 years to make and cost a lot of money. When it was finally released, it was a big success. People laughed, cried, and clapped. Walt proved everyone wrong. Chapter 6. The Magic Continues. After Snow White, Walt made more animated movies like Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, and Bambi. Each movie had beautiful animation and music. But life had hard times too. In the 1940s, there was another war, World War II. Many of Walt's workers went to the army. The studio had less money, and some movies did not do well. Even with problems, Walt kept going. He believed in new ideas. He started making live-action films with real people, TV shows, and documentaries. He wanted to bring magic to everyone's homes. Chapter 7. A Place Called Disneyland. One day, Walt took his daughters to a small amusement park. While sitting on a bench, he saw how dirty and boring the place was. He thought, what if I make a clean, beautiful place where children and parents can have fun together? That idea became Disneyland. It took many years and millions of dollars, but Walt never gave up. He watched every detail. He even walked through the park at night to make sure everything was perfect. On July 17, 1955, Disneyland opened in Anaheim, California. The first day had some problems. The roads were crowded, it was very hot, and some rides broke. But people loved it anyway. Disneyland became a magical world with different lands like Adventureland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, and Frontierland. People came from all over the world to see it. Chapter 8. The Final Dream. Even after Disneyland, Walt had new dreams. He wanted to build a new kind of city, a place where people could live and work using the best technology. He called it Epcot, which means Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. He bought land in Florida, far bigger than Disneyland. This would be the home of Disney World and Epcot. But sadly, Walt got sick before he could see it finished. Walt Disney died on December 15, 1966, at the age of 65. The world was very sad, but his dream was not over. His brother Roy helped finish Walt's project. In 1971, Walt Disney World opened in Florida. It was even bigger and more magical than Disneyland. Chapter 9. A Legacy That Lives On. Even though Walt Disney is gone, his work lives on. The Walt Disney Company became one of the biggest companies in the world. It makes movies, TV shows, music, games, and more. New Disney parks opened in Tokyo, Paris, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and more. Millions of people visit Disney parks every year. Movies like The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Frozen, Mona, and others continue Walt's legacy of great storytelling. Walt Disney showed the world that dreams can come true if you believe in yourself and work hard. Famous quotes by Walt Disney: if you can dream it, you can do it. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. Walt Disney was not just a man who made cartoons. He was a dreamer, a builder, and a leader. He showed the world the power of imagination. He started with nothing but a pencil, a dream, and a lot of hard work. In the end, he created a world of magic for millions of people. His story teaches us to never give up, even when life is hard. It teaches us to believe in our dreams, no matter how big they are. Because of Walt Disney, the world has more smiles, more stories, and more magic.